Hi guys, welcome back. Today we'll be starting the curriculum of Federal Board of Intermediate and Secondary Education, and the first chapter from the grade 12 we are going to discuss is the respiration. The first thing that you need to understand that respiration can occur at cellular level as well as organismic level. It can occur at these both levels. So if it is occurring at the cellular level, then it will be known as internal respiration, right? Or in other terms, we can call it as cellular respiration as well. Why? Because it is occurring at the cellular level. होता क्या है? At this stage, this is a catabolic reaction. We know during this reaction, large complex substances are broken down into the smaller substances with the release of energy in the form of ATP. So during cellular respiration, energy will be released. How? When large molecules like that of the glucose will be broken down into the carbon dioxide and water, and energy will be released. So this is how internal respiration occurs. Whereas the second type of respiration is the external respiration. This is simple breathing. Breathing in the oxygen, whereas breathing out the carbon dioxide by the process of inhalation and expiration. And this external respiration occurs at the organismic level. Our organs, like that of the lungs, are involved in the breathing in and breathing out of the different gases. Now the question comes, are these two respirations linked with each other? Then yes, both of these respirations are linked with each other. How? The oxygen that is breathed in during the process of external respiration is utilized to break down the complex substances that are used in the internal respiration. Clear? Oxygen जो इसमें यहाँ पर यूज कर रहे हैं to break down the glucose कहाँ से आ रही? That is breathed in during the process of external respiration. Similarly, जो कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड यहाँ पे रिलीज होती है after the breakdown of the complex substances, this carbon dioxide is exhaled out during the external respiration. उसको exhaled out किया जाता है from our body during the external respiration. So this was the brief introduction towards the respiration, that how many types are there and at what level it can occur. Now let us see about the respiratory surface and what properties should a surface that is responsible for providing the gaseous exchange should have. Now first thing, what is the respiratory surface? This is the surface where gaseous exchange needs to occur. जहाँ पर हमारे पास गैसियस एक्सचेंज ने की अकरेंस होनी है. दिस इज दैट सरफेस. इफ दिस सरफेस डज नॉट हैव स्पेसिफिक प्रॉपर्टीज, देन हमारे पास प्रॉपर गैसियस एक्सचेंज विल नॉट अकर. एंड व्हाट प्रॉपर्टीज आर दोस? इट नीड्स टू बी मॉइस्ट एंड परमिएबल. व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ परमिएबल? एनीथिंग दैट विल अलाउ द ट्रांसपोर्ट ऑफ सब्सटेंसेस. सो द सरफेस नीड्स टू बी मॉइस्ट, परमिएबल होनी चाहिए ताकि गैसेस जो है वो इजीली क्रॉस कर सके, इसके थ्रू एक्सचेंज इजीली अकर कर सके. राइट. सेकेंड थिंग, इट शुड बी थिन. वाई शुड इट बी 1 millimeter और लेस देन दिस? बिकॉज द गैसेस एक्सचेंज इज अकरिंग विद द हेल्प ऑफ द प्रोसेस ऑफ डिफ्यूजन, एंड डिफ्यूजन कैन नेवर बी एफिशिएंट इफ द मेम्ब्रेन इज not 1 millimeter or less than that. So in order for the diffusion to be effective, the membrane or the surface needs to be thin. Thirdly, large surface area. Larger the surface area, larger will be the exchange of gases. Larger will be the possibility of meeting the needs of the requirement of an organism. Organism को जितनी हमारे पास गैस एक्सचेंज की रिक्वायरमेंट है वो सारी पूरी हो सकती है जितना हमारे पास surface area would be large. So this is another thing. Then good blood supply. Why? Blood is responsible for providing oxygen to all of the organs that are present in our body. जब तक हमारे पास proper blood flow नहीं होगा to that side, वहाँ पर gaseous exchange properly occur नहीं करेगी. And जब तक gaseous exchange properly occur नहीं करेगी, that oxygen will not come into the blood, और वो blood जो है फिर वो properly circulate नहीं करवा पाएगा. Clear? The last one is good ventilation mechanism. What do you mean by ventilation mechanism here? This is utilized for breathing. इनहेलेशन एंड एक्सपायरेशन। जब तक प्रॉपर वेंटिलेशन मैकेनिज्म नहीं होगा, प्रॉपरली हम लोग ब्रीद इन और ब्रीद आउट नहीं करेंगे, तब तक जो है रेस्पिरेशन, जो एक्सचेंज ऑफ गैसेस जो है वो कर नहीं कर पाएगी। जितना अच्छा हमारा ब्रीदिंग लेवल होगा, उतना ही जो है, जितना बेटर होगा, उतनी ही बेटर गैस एक्सचेंज विल अकर। So the respiratory surface need to have all of these properties in order to provide the best respiration, best gaseous exchange. Clear? This brings us to the main topic, that is the respiratory system of man. What is respiratory system? There are a number of systems that are present in our body performing different functions, and the system of the body that is responsible for gaseous exchange between body fluids and the environment. That system is known as respiratory system of man. Between the body fluids and environment, जो gaseous exchange occur करवाएगी, वो किस system के through करेगी? That will occur with the help of the respiratory system of man. Let us see how many parts are there of the respiratory system. So the respiratory system, it has two parts, upper respiratory tract and lower respiratory tract. Upper respiratory tract that we are going to discuss today, it consists of external nose, it consists of a nasal cavity, and it consists of a pharynx. These three are the parts of the upper respiratory tract. Whereas lower respiratory tract consists of four parts, which are larynx, trachea, bronchi, lungs. We will discuss each of these parts in detail, but first we are going to discuss that what is the function of the nasal cavity and the pharynx. So coming to the upper respiratory tract, the upper respiratory tract has the first structure, that is the nose. Nose is the external structure that is responsible for respiration, जिसने हमारे पास respiration में help करनी है. What does it made up of? It is made up of bones, cartilage, and fatty tissues. These are the three things that are the constituents of the nose. Now, this nose has certain structure, certain characteristics. Let us see those. So, the first part of the nose is the nasal cavity. What is the nasal cavity? Nasal cavity is this hollow space. ये जो आपको नजर आ रही है, this hollow space. This is known as nasal cavity. And what does it use for? It is used for the breathing. Breathing के लिए use होती है. These are the external nostrils that are present in the nose, which breathe in air or breathe out air. और ये जो हमारे पास space आपको नजर आ रही है, this cavity is responsible for the transport of air. So this is known as nasal cavity. This nasal cavity is divided into two portions with the help of this part of the nasal bone, which is known as nasal septum. इसको हम लोग क्या बोलते हैं? इसको हम लोग बोलते हैं nasal septum. So nasal septum is responsible for dividing the nasal cavity into two portions. दो portions में divide करते. So this was the brief structure of the nose, that it consists of external nostrils as well as the nasal septum that is dividing the nasal cavity into the two portions. Now comes the next part, that is known as vestibule. What is vestibule? Vestibule is that part of the nose that is present at the interior. This at the front. Interior का मतलब हमारे पास क्या होता है? That is present at the front. जो हमारे पास front portion में present होगा, that is known as vestibule. Vestibule consists of hairs. इसके अंदर हमारे पास hairs present होते हैं. That is utilized to trap the foreign substances. Hairs के अलावा there is another thing that is present in the nasal tract, and that is ciliated mucous membrane, जो कि बहुत important होती है to provide a clean air to our lungs, to our body. How? The name is indicating ciliated, meaning it consists of cilia, whereas mucous membrane, it consists of mucus as well. It is a membrane that consists of hair-like bodies which are known as cilia, और साथ साथ इसके अंदर mucus present है. What is the function of these two? इनका function क्या होता है हमारे पास? The function of mucus and cilia is to trap the foreign bodies. हमारी body के अंदर जो foreign substances आते हैं, like that of the dust particles, bacteria, viruses, any other microorganism that comes into our body that is not needed by our body will be trapped by the mucus, and then the cilia will beat with the rhythmic motion. वो जब beat करेगा तो उसकी वजह से क्या होगा? Those foreign bodies will be exited out from our body. How? वो जो बॉडीज होंगी, फॉरेन बॉडीज होंगी, दीज विल बी सेंड बैक टुवर्ड्स द फेरिंग्स। वो जब फेरिंग्स में आएंगी वहां से या तो वो कफ्ड आउट कर दी जाएंगी या स्वॉलिड कर ली जाएंगी। तो दैट दीज फॉरेन बॉडीज डज नॉट गो इनटू आवर लंग्स, और फिर जब लंग्स में नहीं जाएंगी तो ऑब्वियसली दीज आर नॉट गोइंग टू डैमेज आवर बॉडी। क्लियर? सो द फर्स्ट फंक्शन इज टू ट्रैप द फॉरेन बॉडीज and to get rid of them. So how does this cilia basically moves? किस तरह ये फंक्शन अकर करता है? Let's see. So this is the structure of the ciliated mucous membrane. These you can see are the hair-like appendages which are known as cilia, and this is the layer of the mucus. ये हमारे पास mucus की layer. Now you can see the foreign particles are getting trapped in the mucus. वो mucus में trap हो रहे हैं, and then the cilia is बीटिंग विद द रिदमिक मोशन, अपवर्ड मोशन की तरफ मूव कर रहा है। वो म्यूकस को मूव करता है ताकि जो ट्रैप पार्टिकल्स हैं दे स्टार्ट मूविंग टुवर्ड द फेरिंग्स, और वो जो फेरिंग्स में जाके इधर कफ्ड आउट हो जाएंगे और सॉलिड हो जाएंगे। क्लियर? नाउ देयर इज अनदर थिंग, जो हमारे पास म्यूकस मेम्ब्रेन होती है, इट इज लाइंड विद द ब्लड कैपिलरीज। इसके अंदर हमारे पास क्या प्रेजेंट होती है? सर्टेन ब्लड कैपिलरीज आर प्रेजेंट। उनका क्या फंक्शन होता है? These blood capillaries are responsible for maintaining the temperature. ये टेम्परेचर को मेंटेन करेंगे along with the getting rid of these foreign particles. साथ साथ जो है हमारे पास capillaries जो हैं they will maintain the temperature of the coming air to about 30 degree Celsius. कहाँ तक करेंगे? These will be maintained to a temperature of about 30 degree Celsius with respect to the external environment. उसका क्या function होता है? The function of that maintenance of the temperature कि हमारे बॉडी के अंदर जो एयर आ रही है दैट इज़ नॉट अफेक्टिंग आवर लंग्स, हमारे लंग्स को ज़्यादा वो अफेक्ट ना करे। सो टेम्परेचर की जो मेंटेनेंस है, जो बैलेंसिंग है, दैट इज़ ऑल्सो डन विद द हेल्प ऑफ दिस म्यूकस मेम्ब्रेन दैट इज़ लाइंड बाय द ब्लड कैपिलरीज। वो ब्लड कैपिलरीज वार्म कर देंगी उस एयर को। क्लियर? सो these are the two major functions, that is the trapping of the foreign particles and the maintenance of the temperature. कि हमारे पास जो एयर आ रही है उसकी जो है टेम्परेचर को मेंटेन करना टू अबाउट 30 डिग्री सेल्सियस विद रिस्पेक्ट टू द एक्सटर्नल टेम्परेचर। तो ये जब दोनों काम होंगे, दीज टू थिंग्स आर डन विद द हेल्प ऑफ द म्यूकस एंड सीलिया। आई होप एवरीथिंग इज क्लियर अप टिल नाउ। So this is the major function of the first part, that is the nose, that is the part of the upper respiratory tract. This brings us to the next part, that is known as pharynx. Now what is pharynx? It is a cone shaped structure. क्या है हमारे पास? एक cone shaped structure है. That is a common opening between the respiratory tract as well as digestive tract. Common opening होती है towards these two systems. So it is a part of the respiratory system as well as digestive system. दोनों को assist कर रहा है. When it comes to food, तो हमारे पास जो है ये ओपनिंग जाएगी टूवर्ड्स दैट ऑफ द एसोफेगस, whereas when it comes to air, this openings will open up into the respiratory tract. Clear? Windpipe. So this is how this pharynx is connected. Now let us see its structure. So this is the cone-shaped structure that is known as pharynx, that has the common opening towards the esophagus as well as towards the larynx. This pharynx is divided into three portions, which are nasopharynx, oropharynx, and laryngopharynx. Now the name is indicating nasopharynx, the portion of the pharynx that is attached to that of the nasal cavity. उसको हम लोग क्या कहते हैं? उसको हम लोग बोलते हैं nasopharynx. Whereas the portion that is attached with that of the oral cavity, that is known as oropharynx. The third portion, this purple one that you've seen, that is known as laryngopharynx. This is the portion where the pharynx is divided into two parts, that is moving towards the larynx as well as the esophagus. Therefore, it is known as laryngopharynx. From here, यहाँ से food move करेगा either towards the esophagus या air move करेगी towards that of the larynx. So this is how pharynx is divided into three portions, which are nasopharynx, oropharynx, and laryngopharynx, and this is why it is the portion of both the respiratory system as well as the digestive system. I hope everything is clear now. And this brings us to the end of the lesson. So we have discussed two parts, that is the nose and the pharynx, that are the parts of the upper respiratory tract. And the nose consists of the external nostrils and nasal cavity. And the nasal cavity has the external portion that is known as vestibule, that is present at the front, and it is lined with the ciliated mucous membrane. And the second part is the pharynx, and pharynx consists of three parts, which are known as nasopharynx, oropharynx, and laryngopharynx. So these are the structures that are present in the upper respiratory tract and that helps us in breathing process. Next, we will be discussing the lower respiratory tract and different parts that are involved in the respiration. I hope everything is clear. If you have got any question, let me know in the comment section. Would love to hear back from you. And subscribe to my channel, like it, share it, and follow me on Instagram. Till next time, stay safe. Bye-bye.